So you're signed into your Google Apps for Education account. You head over to classroom.google.com for the very first time. As a teacher, once you are at the Classroom page and you're signed into your account, for the very first time and for the only time, you're going to have to choose your role. So you choose Teacher. And it's going to create your Google Classroom account. Now, as a teacher, you actually have two options. You can create classes by using this plus button right here. When you click that plus button, you have the option to create a class or to join a class. Students only get the option to join classes. They can't create classes. So, once you're in for the first time, this is the screen that you will see from that point forward. Once you start adding classes, this will look a little bit different, but this is going to be your Classroom page. If you want, you can bookmark it so that you'll have a quick way to get there every time you want to get to Classroom. It's that simple to get to Classroom. To create a class, it's even easier. You click on the plus button, you do create class. It's going to ask you to give the class a name. So let's call it English 210. If you want, you can even put a section, and then you hit create. It's going to take a minute to create the class for you, and then once it's set up the class, it's actually going to be doing several different kinds of things. It's going to want to run a little tutorial for you to show you some of the things that you can do. They've added some features, which is nice, and they're going to continue to add features. The default page for a new class has this purple trim and the purple spots. You can change the theme if you want to color code your classes. Not a big deal. The stream is the area where all the information is listed. Students lets you either add students individually by inviting them, or when students go to join a class, they can use the code that's generated to join the class on their own, which means you don't even have to add the students, they can add themselves, making your life as a teacher very easy. The other neat thing about Classroom is not only does it set up an environment where you can easily share comments and information and assignments with students, but it also adds a new folder to your Google Drive. If you head over to drive.google.com, you're going to see in your My Drive area that there's now a new folder called Classroom. And that Classroom folder is going to end up having a folder for every class that you create, and for every assignment that you make within a class, there will be a new folder. So it creates a hierarchical structure for all your folders, for your Classroom classes, and for your assignments within each class. How's it all going to work? Well, let's add a couple of students real quick. If you know that you have some students that you want to add, you can actually search out any students that are in your contacts list, and you can check the check boxes next to their name. They'll appear down the bottom for you, and you can invite them. Or alternatively, you can, other than inviting them, you can have the students join using that join code. Once there are some students in the class, you are able to start sharing things with them through Classroom. And we'll talk about how to share stuff with students in a little bit.